Local bowlers are remembering one of their own who lost his life in a crash last week. Robert DiDomenico and his wife Pat were hit by a car while crossing a highway in Louisiana for a bowling tournament. Robert was pronounced dead at the scene while his wife was taken to the hospital in critical condition. Both avid bowlers in the Roanoke community. WFXR Sam Graham caught up with a few people from their home bowling alley to see how they are remembering a lost teammate and friend.
Robert DiDomenico was known by his friends simply as Bobby D, and he had a lot of friends.
He was as good a human being as you could be. He would do anything for anybody.
His kind heart rivaled only, maybe, by his talent for bowling.
Bowling was his life, pretty much, outside of his family, and of course his second family here.
Friends say he competed in the national tournament 40-plus years in a row, once scoring a near-perfect .299. He bowled 5 to 6 times a week at Hilltop Lanes in Roanoke, where he did everything he could to pass his knowledge along to fellow bowlers.
As long as I've known him, people have asked him for advice. I've asked him for advice. He will give it to you no matter what, if he's bowling against you or if he's bowling with you. He was always a helper.
Maybe the only weakness in his own game was the 10 pin, the pin located to the far right of the back row. But despite the frustrations, he never lost his cool.
Even though he got frustrated with it, he came back laughing about it.
Oh, yeah.
Which is hard to do.
Something his fellow bowlers and friends respected, as much as they did his permanent dedication to the game.
He was constantly working on his game, all the time, always tinkering.
He also shared his love for the sport with his wife, Pat, who continues to recover from Wednesday night's events.
They kind of competed against each other.
Oh, yeah.
Even if they weren't bowling against each other, they could be lanes apart and they'd still compete against each other and rag each other about who's doing better.
His friends say that desire to share the things he cared about with the people he cared about is what made his legacy. Hilltop Lanes is planning to put together a memorial table for DiDomenico during their Friday night league, of which Bobby D was a regular member.
Couldn't have met a better person in my life, honestly. He was special, still is special, and always will be.
In Roanoke, Sam Graham, WFXR News.